Alright, I don't know what this is, or, well, what this is going to be. I haven't decided if I... Well, firstly, I have a cold, so I guess maybe this is going to be a video reflection? Probably not. This is my new setup. Ignore the toilet paper. It's not because... It's not there because of the... I have a cold. Okay, So actually, the reason I turned on the camera is not because I wanted to show you my setup or, tell you the fact that I have a cold. It's actually to share with you this amazing new idea. That toilet paper is there because I missed my 3-point shot. My trash can's here. Anyway. Let me do the important idea first so I don't get sidetracked, and then I'll share all the rest of my changes. Okay, so what is happening to my chair? Well, this is how it's supposed to look like, right? There's this kind of cushiony plastic material here. It's an armrest. Right, why, and then also, okay, so then why did I, remove this? Actually, it's two parts, actually, it's this one too. Why did I remove it? Well, I had this great idea. Firstly, the normal posture that I would use my setup is I would have these are Pebble K350 keys from Logitech. These are great. I absolutely love these things, especially when they're being used with the computer. The only qualm I have with this is that the keys are round, which are aesthetically pleasing, but sometimes you just miss the mark. Maybe if they were hexagons, that would actually be sick. Logitech, if you end up using that idea, give me the patent. Okay, I'm just gonna put it here so you can see. But normally I would have, so these are my hands. I would have my keyboard here, and then my mouse here, and I would lay back on this recliner chair. The problem here is that when I have my hand like this, it's really not the most ideal, because it wants to fall like that, right? And so if I have my entire arm like this, well, then I don't have enough space up front here because there's this monitor bump. And you might be wondering, hey Jasper, where did your monitor stand 3D print comfort stuff go? It's right to the side. It's that thing over there. The reason I'm not using it is because every time I used it, I had to crane my neck to see the sky, and I didn't want to be a giraffe, so... Actually, I'm not sure giraffes can crane their necks. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can. So that was a bad analogy, but the basic idea is that this is not a very comfortable setup. And then so the other option that I, thought of was that since these Pebble keys are Bluetooth connected, and well, technically they are Bluetooth connected. There's just a Logitech bolt down there. I can place them here while my legs act as beams for support. Are those my legs? Those are my legs. So I can type here. That's really not a problem. The real problem is where do I put my mouse? I could do this, and this is fine when I'm just... Actually, this is actually pretty comfortable. I might actually opt for this setup, but the one I'm going to try to make is this, this pretty interesting setup right here, where I'm going to 3D print a plate here. I'm going to have my mouse on it, so I can use it as a plate. Now, you might be wondering, well, Jasper, didn't you just say if you put your hand like this, it likes to fall? And yeah, that's true. But here, it really doesn't have anywhere else to fall because my body, well, I mean, I guess it can't fall because what do you call this part with your bicep on it? This part of my arm is extended fully, or not extended, but it's in this vertical direction here, so it has literally nowhere to fall. Even if I let go, yeah, I just did. It doesn't fall. It'll probably fall like that, but yeah, whereas here it could just fall like this, but here, or here it could fall like that because the arm can come down here, but this is, its lowest point for this elbow. That's the perfect phrase for it. Anyway, because of, biology, this is very comfortable. And so I am planning to make a small plate here. I'm about on 1,600 DPI or about 800 DPI. So, and this is a 4K monitor. So I really shouldn't have any problems with moving my cursor, even with, a very small space. So yeah. That's basically it. One thing I am worried is these days, as I'm working on my safety hurdle project, I am, let's just say, I'm encountering physics, especially torque in real life. And let me tell you, torque is incredibly strong, especially if your lever arm exceeds 10 centimeters. Like this is easy. You can lift this with the end easy. Now, this is not. That's pretty darn hard. And with my hurdle project, I'm trying to do this with a couple of rubber bands, which is near impossible, right? So that's that. What was I talking about again? Oh, right. The 3D printed comfort stuff. Yeah, so I'm going to try this design out. One thing I am worried about is, as I mentioned, the torque. Since gravity and also since the mouse and also my arm is going to be stationed here, and obviously I'm not going to put any tension in my muscles to keep this up. It's just going to be slack. It's going to have to support the weight of my arm and this mouse with this plate. Now, thankfully, according to the laws of 3D printing, if you print something in a horizontal orientation, it is much, much stronger. And also, this one is not the law of 3D printing, it's just the law of physics. If you put like a triangular support beam here, so that it can support it at like a 45-degree angle downward, it also makes it super, super strong. So, those are the two parts. And, yeah, that's about it. So I'm going to try to make this, but I'm pretty busy. I'm working on Conrad. Conrad. I will talk about Conrad once the summit is finished and I have done my due diligence and paid my responsibility fees to my friends. Before that, I will not talk about Conrad in whatever regard whatsoever. Yeah. This is just me modeling. By the way, modeling this is an absolute pain, but I have also become really good at drawing 3D sketches because of this. So I don't know if I hate Conrad or if I love it. But mostly I'm really thankful that I learned this skill. I also know how to animate stuff now. You want to see my animations? Jesus. This is not my animations. I'm not this bad, okay? Yeah, I'm just working on detailed modeling for these parts right now. That's why the animation looks like a 70-year-old grandma without hair, but I'm sorry, 70-year-old grandma without hair. My design definitely looks a lot worse. Anyway, that's about it. I don't even know what this thing is going to be labeled. Probably 3D printed comfort. Yeah, also these things. These are the wireless speakers that I bought. You have probably never seen them in the living room because I probably didn't post any videos showing them there, but, well, they were in the living room for about 2 weeks. I moved them back here because of the very simple reason that I'm an absolute goon. I don't know if goon's the right phrase that I want to use for myself, but I'm not a goon. But you know how they say man cave? Well, this is my man cave, right? And I basically never leave this place unless it's for me to do like face-off drills, go to the gym, or eat. It's basically the only 3 occasions that I leave. Yeah, and I'm pretty satisfied with that. But anyway, I don't leave my room so much. And so the problem is I don't really get to listen to my speakers if they're in the living room. And plus, if I crank up the volume so I can hear them while I'm here, the bass on these things are pretty strong. I don't know whoever said the bass was weak. It's not. It's not hip hop. It's pop. But it's not weak at all. It's like really strong, especially for me. I've never listened to any amount of good speakers before, except for Marshall. And Marshall really doesn't have the strongest bass. These things are absolute bass cannons, in my opinion, because I'm an absolute noob. But yeah, these have a lot of bass. So if I crank up the volume, the higher frequencies aren't really the problem. The bass will make the entire building shake. Yeah. So I move them here. Right now, I also got this one from the seller. This is a new band artist that I have been introduced to by a friend. They are called Cigarettes After Sex, and they are the perfect melody to listen to while I work, because I'm pretty sure the lyrics are really sad and talk about very serious topics, and about love and about heartbreak and hardship. I'm sorry, but when I'm focusing on modeling, I just need something. I just need some white noise. I'm not saying your music is boring. It's not. It's probably great. All I'm saying is it's really good for listening to while I'm doing modeling or any other productive work. It's like really good. It's my jam. Oh, one other thing on the topic of music, I bought another cassette, which I'm pretty sure my parents aren't going to love, but then again, I did buy it with my money, so I hope that makes it better. Yeah, I bought GNX by Kendrick Lamar. And I have, this is really the first album that I'm buying after I've listened to it for an extensive period of time. I've listened to GNX more in the past week than any other album. This is a great album, in my opinion. I really like the songs. I like Luther, but everybody likes Luther. I like Reincarnated. A lot of people seem to like Reincarnated as well. Let's see. Yeah, GNX. Here we go. I actually like the first song. Squabble Up, this is the reason I started to listen to this entire album. Squabble Up's nice, but I think I've listened to it a bit too much. Gloria, Reincarnated, and Luther. These are my three favorites, especially at Gloria at the end when he says, the pen something because that bitch be my pen. Oh my god, I was like reading the lyrics, and I'm sure I didn't make the song, but I felt like catharsis at that part. So I mean, he's a great artist. Yeah, but yeah, that's about it. Yeah, have a nice day, have a lovely day, and yeah, and I also have a cold, that's why my voice sounds like this. So yeah, I think that's about it. Bye bye.